another level of control, like the sympathetic system gets triggered, whether or not there's a tiger chasing us. And so we can take control over stimulating, and you can also, people talk about vagal toning. That's something where those are some practices. Throat singing could be one of them. Stimulating the vagus nerve on your free time, not just when you're activated. Toning a muscle makes it more useful when you need it, but you're toning it in your free time so that when you need it, you can have it. This is the same concept we're talking behind vagal toning.
Wow.
So that calming response is something you can bring up. Like anything we practice, it comes easy to you when you need it because of the practice you put in. So some of these things, throat singing, anyway, the location of the vagus nerve is in all organs.
Wow.
And there's a major throat thoroughfare straight to our brainstem.
Wow.
And one approved therapy for PTSD and other extreme situations is so the nerve comes up to right near the what do you call those arteries? Carotids. So they come from all of the organs. Well, it's a bidirectional thing, but and then come as two things, and they're headed for the brainstem. And one of the places. So when I stimulate my vagus nerve, I know the location here to stimulate it. Some people do the throat singing type of thing. Like for example, if you were going to go to a performance and you're very anxious, but that's going to affect your physiology, and that state is going to affect your performance. So people will use their voice to calm down. And there's one nerve here that goes straight to where the vagus nerve enters the brainstem, so you can like affect your physiology by stimulating it that way. But anyway, there's this device that some people can implant if they're really debilitated, that sort of moves around the vagus nerve as it comes through here and stimulates it so that it's highly toned, and helps them to avoid the sort of extreme activation that comes with a trigger, a very serious trigger. But anyway, so I thought you would like to hear about, especially the throat singing. That's one thing I do myself. At certain frequencies and it's a certain way of singing, and sort of, and then I looked up where the nerve is. There's many branches, so there's a branch of it right in the back of the throat. And then, so as I was doing the thing today, I'm like, that's that spot. I already know about that spot. And this is that spot, which, and a lot of these things, like as we learn more about physiology, these sort of ancient practices that everybody knows is great. Those ancient practices, like the two are coming together.
That's right.
So beautifully, and the more learning I do on the science side, I've got the experiential thing with the ancient practices, and I'm loving how things are coming together.
Wow.
I was hoping that you would appreciate bringing that. Like there's a scientific reason, like, and science will catch up to the ancestors and some, more and more things. Yeah, like the whole Eastern, like all that Eastern stuff, has scientific explanations. Not all the things yet, but
they're coming.
Like taking the monks and measuring their brain waves, and the fact that they have different wave patterns going on in their brains because of their meditation practice. Like, everybody knew that was a good thing. Well, many people knew that it was a good thing if they experienced it. Or just like trance-like states. You're having different brain waves at that time. And like the walking thing, I was happy to have done that today because there was a vibration happening like when my heel hit the ground. And although I noticed when you did the female version of it, it was more your toe that was hitting the ground. But I was doing it with my heel hitting the ground, and it was creating it's just like with the drumming, it was like the body getting into the thing that I get into with the drumming. Like the drumming usually like comes through me and through my head, but the dance made it involve my whole body. And that's a whole other subject, is somatic, what do you call that, bottom-up processing of the nervous system. The things you do with your body to affect your nervous system, your brain. What do you do? Are you sorry? What do I do? I'm a scientist.
Scientist.
Yes, but this is all recreational learning. and I'm loving it. So I'm learning these things not because I'm a scientist, but because I want to use them, and I am successfully using them.
What type of science?
I do molecular genetics and for a living, because that's how I think it's work. And but this is all self-study that is, is fascinating me. Everything I learned is fascinates me, but for me, it's getting at the scientific bent all over it. Can understand the research articles and stuff, but I've experienced the experiences. But as a scientist, I was very skeptical for many years. Many years.
Yeah,
I don't know what y'all are talking about, but that sounds crazy. And then I experienced many, now at this point in history anyway, I've had enough experiences where like, I don't need anybody to tell me anything. I don't need scientific explanation, but I am rather fascinated with the two coming together. The more we learn scientifically, the more true, but if you experience it, you don't need a scientific explanation.
It's true too, yeah. It's true. Wow, that is amazing.
But it's hard to, there's a whole segment of the population that's not accessing these woo-woo things because of whatever reason. There's no scientific explanation.
Yeah, and that's hard.
And I was one of those people. But if you don't go into the environment to have the experience, like some of the things we did here today, if you don't go have the experience, you're never going to know this huge wealth that is available to everyone to find. But if you don't put yourself in it, have that then you're missing out on all this and so younger people and those people, all those stages to start over again. What? Oh, what I told you about the baby stuff?
That's what you just said. That's great, my testimonial marketing program. I'll be right back.
Please take care of yourself.
That is awesome.
Now I'm not going to remember what I just said.
You said if you don't take advantage of this.
Oh, if you don't experience it, you will be aware of the power of medicinal.
And starting with I'm a scientist and because I can put that on as my advertising copy. All right. Thanks. Sorry.
Oh, medicinal plants are fascinating. If you ever wanted to do a service, we're always looking for people to do services here. Cool. Yeah, plants and, like this story about how you would do things to make sure they're medicinal plants. That sounds like something that would be interested in.
I'd have to do so much more thought. Yeah.
Or you could just,
You're gonna need an auditorium.
just hang out my head like halfway.
Well, thank you.
But it's fully baked when I get back.
Thank you so much.
Well, you could probably go more people will be talking.
We have
I'm surprised that we had a woman who, she's still alive, but I think she's in a nursing home. Her name is Monica. And she worked with Jim Schmidt. Faith and Jim Schmidt. You see them.
Oh, yeah, you see this.
And Annika was a scientist. She's a brilliant woman. And she gave a service. So where did you get it? It's on Earth Day. And it was about taking care of
You led a solstice service.
It's fascinating. From a scientist point of view.
Mother Earth and the sun.
But she also didn't make it so brainiac that we couldn't follow it.
Yeah, afterward he said he had this.
I was just telling Jessica about Annika.
Oh, tell me about
Well, I don't know how she's doing now, but she, one time many years ago, she gave a service on climate change and taking care of the earth and all of that. It was quite interesting. I think it was on Earth Day.
We need to be more earth-sensitive in this congregation.
Well, Jessica is growing medicinal herbs.
Oh, wonderful.
I'll bring some for the altar this time. I didn't brought a little one here. Activated by the
And so what do your herbs help?
changing his voice.
what conditions?
Well, I've got ceremonial sage, which, you know, it can be edible, but I mostly save it for smudging. And then in the same urn, I've got tulsi, holy basil growing. And holy basil, I think that is like a nervine anxiety. I've actually got tulsi tea over here, like, I think of it as just like so incredibly helpful for like anxiety stuff. But yeah, would you like to try some? I'll probably just love it. Okay.
Delicious.
Thank you.
She put some apple in the water.
Oh, yeah. Try 8.
And then I've got calendula as well. Have you?
I don't know that.
Oh my gosh! It's it's a very soothing herb. It's got these beautiful yellow flowers.
Oh,
My friend actually, she has like a farm in
I need a sign-in sheet.
and
A what?
A sign-in
she's been
sheet.
taking the seed pods and pressing them to press the oil off of it,
Yeah.
and just put some peppers and people use on their skin. So she gave me a little roller bottle, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so good,
Okay.
so nurturing.
Oh, good.
I want to mail to you a certificate of completion. Yeah. I thought, you know, after sitting through all of this all day, you deserve something.
Yeah, we got a single.
And lots of stories to tell.
Right.
And the experience. The memories. Give her a moment. No. I yes. I love to grow tulsi, but I'm not successful.
All right. I did have an evaluation form for you.
That's tulsi and rose. Rose is the heart medicine.
But for my own purposes, I realized what I have to do to sing that song. I have to break that down, which I might do for this one. Good.
Yeah, just a little while. That'll be just like a sweet, like flavor. Do you for sugar or anything? I can just let it sit. I'll drink that. Yeah, I should probably let you sugar because I like too much sugar.
Make a CD of the song.
Tulsi, Asinium sanctum. Basil, it's actually like a traditional plant in India. They grow it as like a sacred herb. And what they'll do is they'll keep it in like an urn at the front of the house, and then in the winter months they'll bring it in and grow it into like grandmother wood. And they make like when it dies naturally, like it's supposed to be like elderberry. You're never supposed to cut down elderberry because that's where the berries live.
Oh, there we go. There's the
But like tulsi is
Oh, all right,
sacred
good.
plant. You're never supposed to cut it down, but if it dies naturally, then you
Yeah, if I do one at a time. Grandfather. That is a good idea. All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
We're at the last three, the last leg. All right. The Gayatri mantra, I like to say, is as old as dirt. It's because we don't know really how old it is. But it is considered one of the oldest mantras or prayers in Hinduism. It is also considered a salutation to the sun. So what happened was, when people were looking for evidence of God, what is God like? The early Hindus said, you know, God is like the sun. Always, everywhere, all places, touching everything. And so the mantra is designed to be said to the sun so that the human being may emulate the power and the direction and the radiance of the sun. So the song or the chant or mantra goes like this: Om Bhur Bhuvasva. Consciousness of the physical world, the consciousness of the mental world, and the consciousness of the celestial world. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. That which gives birth to the best. Bargo Devasya Di Mahit. The most beautiful radiance, whose wisdom flows like the waters. Diyo na prachodaya. Diyo yo na prachodaya. Whatever you are, move us forward. Inspire us in a specific direction. Don't make our lives meaningless. All right? Prachodaya. And then back to the O. So the only challenge, you can record it if you want, it's fine. The only challenge for you now is not just the pronunciation, but the melody. Om Bhuvasva. All right? Om Bhuvasva. Good. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo yo na prachodaya. Diyo yo na prachodaya. Take the whole thing. Just go along. Om Bhuvasva. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo yo na prachodaya. Om. 108 times. Om Bhuvasva. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo yo na prachodaya. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo yo na prachodaya. Om. Let me hear you do it. Good. Good. Prachodaya. Bhuvasva. Om Tat Savitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo yo na prachodaya. How do you guys feel? Think you got it? How does it make you feel? Good. Prachodaya. Okay. I didn't give good notes on when to say this. It's probably good if you're feeling lonely. It's good for long driving trips and stuff, when you have to stay awake and things like that. And it's, it's just a good meditation. And of course, by contemplating the image of Shiva, it helps add complexity to it. All the things that she's holding. The lute, the bow, the incense burner. I guess that's an axe of some kind of a drum. Do you want to try it? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do it? Need a CD? Yeah. Om Purnavasva Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya Vaspa Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya. Good, and as you practice it more, it will take you to different places. The other thing, I was thinking, with the guys cutting the grass, now if we were to do true throat singing, we would try to imitate the sound of the yeah, we're trying to converse with the lawnmower. Good. Also, Gayatri mantra, awesome when you're coming down off of a fight or something like that, off of an intense scene, some type of high drama or something. Let's say, you're walking from the hospital to your car. That's a really good point to slip in the Gayatri mantra. And again, what it does, because this one is so old, it connects you with that ancient Hindu type of religion. In fact, if you learn this, all of your Hindu friends will be very impressed. There's not a lot of Americans that know this. Now, most of you guys already know meditation, but this is recipe number 9. The Gayatri mantra can take you into a trance. It's tough now with all this stuff going on, but as you begin to say it and reflect on what it's about and what the song is about, and even the image of Shiva and the other deities, it will begin to put you into a trance-like state. And as you pointed out, brain waves do change. Consciousness does change around meditation. So you could argue that the Om Mani Padme Om, the Gayatri mantra are a form of meditation because they're going to put you in a different brain state than you would be if you were conscious, or if you were singing, for example, Motown. Yeah. But singing Motown, sugar pie, honey bunch, is basically the same thing, that same feeling, but it's in my language, it's from my country. So it has that kind of meaning to me, but it's the same feeling that you would get from doing the Gayatri, that sort of uplifted spiritual high. So, the meditation, to get into meditation, really, now this is just one way I know of doing it really, really quickly. It's to shift your attention from everything and to listen really hard to all the sounds that you hear, to be very, very aware of them. And then to take that listening and to then be aware, very much aware of your body. And then it's to control and to pay attention and to be specific with areas of your body that you are allowing to let go. You're kind of telling your brain, hey, you don't need to be responsible for this anymore. You know, we're gonna let this go. We're gonna detach this, all right? Now, most practitioners are gonna tell you to get into meditation through your breathing, and that's obviously true. So, a really good secret to get into a meditative state. If somebody's messing with you, you feel any sort of way, breathe in, breathe out. 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 After about 5 breaths, you're there. Okay? So you can do that. We can try it. Breathe in. Some of you got there after 2 fingers. Some of you didn't need fingers at all. Good. Good. And you can also roll your finger into a circle and back. It's another way of just controlling your breathing. What you're doing is you're getting control of your breathing, control of your body, control of your thoughts. Okay? Now, what we add here.
Your hands are good receptive position.
Yes, of surrender. Again, of capitulation to being. Just being. Not trying, not doing, not thinking. Just being. So, the intent to get you in a certain state of mind, to get your mind at a certain pace or wavelength, if you will. All right. To culminate the last part, guided meditation. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is introduce you to a type of music called binaural beats. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You are? Anyone else? No? All right, good. Somewhat, good. So, the theory goes that your brain is at certain wavelengths, and we've manipulated your brain to certain wavelengths during this. We did that deliberately, but it can be done musically or audio or through science, if you will. The theory behind binaural beats is if you put a certain frequency on the left side and another frequency on the right side, those two competing frequencies, the brain will pick up the difference between the two of them. So if we're trying to get, say, the brain at 3 kilohertz, we might put 8 on the right and 5 on the left. The difference will be 3. And that's where the brain will be in terms of its meditation. So what binaural beats do, and you can look them up on YouTube and check them out, there's thousands of them and all kinds of frequencies. They are awesome, are they? Yeah. They're a shortcut. You don't have to do the Gayatri mantra if you listen to binaural beats. You don't have to do Om Mani Padme Om or the AIM song. You're not going to do the AIM song no matter what. I gotta instruct better. But that's the point, is that you don't have to do that to get into that meditative state. It can be done through binaural beats. So, what that means is, because all of the action, exercise, the effort, the heavy lifting has been taken from you, you're free to do whatever you want. Well, free to do whatever you want. Why would you do that? Why would you communicate to yourself if you're in a meditative state? Here's the secret behind all of this, and it's the secret literally behind the secret. So, when you go into a meditative state, when you're semi-conscious, you've kind of opened the door to your unconsciousness, right? So while you were, for example, dancing, you open the door to your subconscious, and your subconscious may have brought forth certain feelings and certain memories and stuff like that, and you had no control over them. If you're hungry, you have no control over that, right? Your subconscious is saying to you, man, you really are hungry. So this is an opportunity to have, rather than subconscious communicating to the rest of the world, I want a new car. I want this person. I want this thing or this feeling. What you're doing is you're taking the messages and going into the subconscious. So you can look at this as a way of programming the mind. You're telling your subconscious, which is your dreams, all of your desires, all of your anger and lust and stuff like that normally is coming from your subconscious. You can't really control it. You're not deliberately saying, I'm going to be angry. You can do that, and in that case, you are programming, your mind, because you're saying to your mind, we are going to be angry. But your mind eventually is like, yeah, we're not really angry. You know what I mean? And people can see through that. In this case, we're trying to tell the mind the same thing. And it's similar. We can suggest things to the mind. I am a great speaker, all right? I can tell that to my mind. My mind may or may not believe it, you know what I mean? It may or may not pick it up, but that's the science behind guided meditations. So, what we do is we put on the music, okay? You allow yourself to go into the trance state as a result of the music, and I will model for you. You begin to create visualizations or positive messaging to yourself in order to program your mind. These things are stored in the subconscious and they come out later at random times. This can be a way of, say, for example, stopping nightmares and things like that. So, everybody got how that works? It's kind of complicated, but good, yes.
Do you need earphones? Because you said left and right.
You should. For true binaural beats, yes, you should have earphones. What we will do is, we'll kind of imitate it, I guess. Because the music itself, even without the splitting, it's still very powerful, very effective. As you'll soon see, it should seem familiar. Now this one particularly, and you can choose binaural beats for whatever you want. This destroys all negative energy, all negative blockages, everything. And if you don't believe me, listen to the music and try to think negative. So right now, you've already had several images of yourself, certain feelings have been brought up organically. What I'm going to suggest to you is that you can then direct what you want your mind to be. So if you see yourself as a positive person, and you see yourself smiling and laughing, you can see yourself running What'd you think of that? Yeah, guided meditations. Very, very powerful. And you can download scripts. There's also like dialectical behavior therapy, DBT. You know about that, yeah. That's also very powerful if you want things to tell yourself while you're in that meditative state. But that's, out of all the things I taught you, this is 2022. This is like shortcut past all of that. You did all the ancient stuff, and now this can get you there just like that without having to do that. And all I'm saying is, while you're there with this, doing all the heavy lifting, you don't have to do the Om Buddha Dubasva anymore. You can take it to a new level and start to give yourself suggestions.
Where can I find this music?
YouTube. Binaural Beats, B-I-N-A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
And the app that I use for binaural beats is called Brainwave. And there's 35 different, so you can dial up, like if you want greater concentration, you dial up that frequency. If you want meditation, you dial up. If you want to fall asleep, you dial up that frequency. There's 35 programs. And you can attach it to your music, or you can just have like on your back in the brook. That's built in, you know, those environmental sounds. You can keep your environmental sound because it still works. The tones are happening, and then you put anything on top of that.
Wow.
Isn't that powerful?
Oh, I just feel pretty.
Well, also that was particularly good because your voice and
Yeah, the echo of your.
I mean, part of that really great experience that I had was your energy and words and voice. So thank you for that.
Yes. Thank my mom and dad.
You cultivate the flower.
Did you feel it? Yeah, good. And Elaine, got it? Good. Because the songs were tough. But you don't have to do with those.
Oh, the different language songs?
Yeah.
This particular one though.
Repeat them all.
Yeah, it's just repeating them. Yeah, it's practice. You can find any of this stuff online.
But this particular one, I'm going to find this exact song.
Oh, this one is, let's see. Destroy. I don't know. It's called Destroy Unconscious Negative.
That's okay if you don't want to look it up. I'll just search by that.
Or, yeah. Destroy blockages and negativity. That's all I can say. It's blockages and negativity. And it's got a picture of a guy with his hand in the arm, but you'll find them. It's after that. And you, I know you got it. All right. I think that's it.
Walking right down to an insight timer, you have a wealth of information.
Oh, thank you.
He's on the insight timer? He is.
Yay, good for you.
Oh my gosh, really?
I'm so glad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
had 158 followers, now you've got more.
Thank goodness. And I E5. I did so discover I was like a 4.3 or something. Now I'm like a 4.7. It's so discovered.
What's up, 4.3 or 4.7?
They rate you. All your stuff gets, yeah. It's rated.
This is my state state
I don't know how to search it. Right. It's like find you. Yeah, find you. Now remember, you do it. I don't.
Is that?
Sure, you are.
We do a search on his name and it there's other things, stories of better spots, things he address. All the stories, prayers. Guided meditation.
Yeah.
How do we,
So, what's the
the search line? Okay.
She saw the birthday one.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And did you ever sell it?
No.
Right, it sure did. El Salvador really suffered. But it didn't come back.
How do we find you on Insight Finder?
Just a search.
Search for a friend. Here. You mean the microphone left icon right there? That microphone?
Yes.
I really enjoyed this. This was exactly, I don't read all of the newsletter, I'm not part of the congregation, but I do the newsletter, and I don't read all of the emails, and I just happened to open this one to see what's going on. And happened to read this description of like, work. And I just happened to have someone anxious today. I've been anxious in a couple of weeks, so I'm anxious today. And came here kind of anxious. I had been like this a long time. And so I came from a not comfortable place, and now I'm something that I have been Are you ready? Do you take a donation? Take donations?
That's your idea.
No, I don't.
Well, we don't want to have to charge you to stay there. How much would you charge for general call?
I certainly made my presence felt. A bottle, my little bowl.
You live here. I feel like you have been using special systems. No, because our street address is at number,
There's a lot of childhood trauma, independent of military.
I have a similar password as well.
And complex PTSD, and I have stable sentiments in
Commonly, and
people are becoming more aware of it. And I think it's something that
Are you still using it? Are you still using it?
I was just gonna get out my
my belief, well, I mean, yes. I also.
Tell me how I can help you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, healing the trauma.
Yeah, I'll run it, and then I just cut out the trash and stick it on my trash bag, and maybe just dry it. Check all the doors in the basement just in case. Lock it up.
Yeah, your body is adapted in a certain way, so it's experiencing now it's like for a good reason.
Oh, do you want the menu?
Oh, yeah, I'll take it, I'll take it back.
Again, but by taking this, even if you don't go into the healing depths, and you just take agency over your current experience,
I think here that's what Ireland is.
these techniques that you have the power of what you're
I don't want to tell my cousins.
That's why.
My fear
This is
Oh,
now,
okay.
my application is more.
Oh, let's add it to the collection now. That's such beautiful flowers. Thank you.
when we were innocent, yes. Relive that, but also we can start to ask, how did I change? Why did I change? This is what truly happened.
Right.
Look what we have, and that's as a result of this story. So that's why I'm so big let's go back to that state of trust. We're absolutely. But if we go beyond that, we can see because that
Downloaded what?
and so in this sense, this is purely a made world and
But to your point about the gratitude piece is that, yes, the embracing gratitude is part of changing your experience and also changing your future experience.
and it's just how it works. You guys, I wanted to give Annette the floor just a minute.
What?
Just
About what?
because to talk about that she had done some. Have you ever heard of a vagal nerve?
Oh, yes.
Vagus nerve.
Oh, good. I'm glad you guys know that.
You know about that?
Sympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
Yes, I learned about it in group therapy.
Yeah. It's very
Breathing,
powerful.
deep breathing.
There's a lot of,
Just
so
way
the
to
throat,
access.
I'm bringing the connection to the throat singing. There's a particular location that is one of the branches off the vagus nerve that's in the back of the larynx. And so I was bringing the science to the practice. We know that this is a common behavior, but that throat singing is a way of stimulating the vagus nerve.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that something?
And
That's
so,
why
so
we
I've done these
vibrate.
practices
Yeah.
to stimulate the vagus nerve, but then I did the throat singing. I'm like, that's that same place that.
So we think it's the larynx that causes us to vibrate, but it's probably the nerve responding to the
And the
larynx.
next step is the brainstem. Like that's one step off from brainstem. Also, there's a place in the ear that you can stimulate. That's when when we talk about the nerve coming from all different places, to the central stem to the brainstem. Right. One of the, it's like getting on a bus to stop before your destination. So that's the stimulation in that location is particularly strong.
So you know how you feel better when you sing?
Not me. I
No?
have the worst singing voice you've ever heard.
Well,
But it doesn't
that's
You feel better. You still sing, right? And you end up feeling better. Like let's say you're crossing the Bay Bridge. Are you gonna?
Well, but I love to do it. I like to sing in the car with the windows
There
up.
you go. Because singing does make you feel better, right? You can't help it. Even if you sound bad, it still makes you feel good. Well, what she said is at the back of the voice, the larynx, there is a nerve called the vagus.
Yeah, it's one of the branches of the vagus nerve.
Right.
The vagus nerve is responsible for the body to mind, body to brainstem communication. So, and stimulating it, just like toning a muscle, you tone the vagus nerve so that when you need to use it, it's strong. When your body needs to use it, because it's an unconscious.
That big breath feel.
Yeah, well, there's stretch receptors in the lungs, so that's why breathing calms you down. Because there's stretch receptors in the lungs that are connected to the vagus nerve. So that's where breathing, that's the science behind why breathing calms us down. Same thing, vagus nerve, it's all, because the vagus nerve goes to all the organs.
And with Om Mani Padme Hum and the Gayatri Mantra, you don't have to be in pitch. You don't have to be flat. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's really. You can say it even to yourself without even singing. But if you do sing, it creates that feeling. So, yeah, you have no stress behind it. You just do it.
And
Just
it's a
have to
whole body experience. The Latin root for Vegas is used for the word vagabond.
Yes, it's the wanderer. Yeah.
How cool is that?
Wow.
Now, how did you find the chairs when you came in?
As they are, yeah.
As they
Well,
are,
I mean, they were basically like this, yeah.
circular pattern. Good. I'm sure that's what Matthias would like. I'm just wondering about these people coming tomorrow. Well, they can change the gratitude.
Thank you. I have to give some of this back to the church. Does that mean happy? I'm seriously.
What?
I have to give some of this back to the church.
No. You have to come back and give another service.
Okay, that's
Yes,
fine.
well, they'll
Hey.
come back for fall equinox.
Yeah, should I do that? I mean,
Yes.
should I do like,
You could have a regular service.
that's what I'm thinking.
Good.
How do I do it? You're the assistant pastor. It's like, it's going to be a lot of work.
Okay.
Did you just become assistant pastor?
Just that.
Oh, just there? I think you didn't know you had to go for his service.
There's my CD producer.
Well, that guy who came to the door like this, he thought we were the boss. So,
I mean, you were the boss.
you know, take her. I'll get in touch with Sandy. She's a chairperson of the board.
I do have a kind of a service I do on the thing, but on the inside time. I've done it just a few times, but the thing is how to get an audience, like, you know. So, but I'm trying to figure out because, you know, first off, I mean, a Native American ceremony just about always requires some kind of sacrifice of your comfort or your thirst or something, except, you know, there are exceptions like the pipe ceremony. It's not really a sacrifice, but they're different. And I'm trying to figure out how to deploy like the church structure, like song, prayer, story, song. You know, how do you get
I've
something?
got it in there for
Good. So I'm very curious about that.
Your services and talents and everything are needed.
Yes.
I can help you, environments I'm aware of, I would love to make that connection. The trauma recovery world is a place that needs people with healing talents and healing energy
Right.
and technique to
Well,
share.
and the thing like you saw today, I'm putting it all on you. You know, you got the booklet, you saw how to do it. This is just like the introduction. You take it from here, and then you know you do it on YouTube and stuff like that. I don't have, you know, I struggle with all of this stuff just like the rest of you. These are just little things that I've done that helped me out, you know, along the way. So there's no like silver bullet or something. It's a struggle every day. But some things make it a little bit easier, you know, than others. Like now, if I'm going to get on an airplane, you know what I mean? I close my eyes and just let it go.
Sugar pie, honey bunch.
Sugar pie, crossing the Bay Bridge.
You sing that 100 times.
So you don't like the vapor?
Dude, that's a long way down.
Well, yeah,
And it's not natural. On a canoe, I feel safer, but it's a big bridge.
but that's so wonderful.
It is wonderful.
We used to
It's
have to
amazing.
drive up through Baltimore before they built the vapor bridge to get to the beach. It's pretty awful.
Did you go up to Susquehanna? Have you been?
I have no idea, I was a little kid.
But there was a ferry before.
We never took the ferry.
Okay. Do you know people can pay someone to drive them across the bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that.
They're so afraid to go across.
I learned that in my phobia group. When I first started having camp, so we're all about bridge phobia, cat phobia, you name it.
I don't mind too much until you get over that like loud part. And the steel thing, and then you can look all the way down and see.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's the part that's not so. If it's concrete,
I
I
don't
don't
like the
like
bridge to Baltimore either. Oh, that one, yeah, I like that one either. I don't like any of those.
There's a lot to go to Philadelphia. Yeah, to get through bridges. All right, what's next for you, Roy? Take a nap. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank the Maryland State Arts Council for believing in the project to start with. I don't know how big a veterans it is.
Rory's gonna be your access to veterans.
Yeah, Roy. Now, he's got to translate all of this into veterans. Because when I say stuff, it's too woo-woo.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because there's certain words, like I say meditation, or mindfulness, even though the VA is pushing that stuff. So,
For good reason, yeah.
deep thinking, deep thinking, or protocols. Like you want.
Yeah.
Focused concentration instead of meditation.
Deploy. Yeah, that was the word.
Yeah. Deploy Almighty Padme. But it probably would make them greater soldiers. It probably would.
Everybody needs everything, right?
Left, you do your dance, left.
March.
Yeah, that does. It makes them better soldiers. But you get that kind of sixth sense toward each other, you know, if you meditate and sing together and stuff.
I'd like to keep in touch. I found you on Insight Comments. Well, if you're easy to find on Facebook or something. Okay, I love that. Okay.
Now, tomorrow,
No, I'm just a long time.
we're not, I have to do tomorrow, because that's a peachy
How many members?
It's a peachy.
This is the member board.
Yes.
And then I will have this the access and people
Mindfulness
to find you. So I'd like to support you. I have some avenues that may be fruitful, and it's certain types of communities, that you could suggest. I love what you're doing and love other people to get to experience it also.
9 o'clock.
But all of the Native American stuff, like I grew up on completely unaware, but everything I learned. There's I've heard the book Grading Sweet Jobs.
Yes!
I had no idea that all of this wealth, I knew there was a lot of knowledge there, but I didn't know how good it was. Like I knew about the Eastern traditions and the depth of knowledge there, but I had no idea of the Native American community and historically stuff and all the access I had. Why wasn't this the religion I was raised in? Like I was a totally and sort of part of the serendipity of like this thing, coming to this, and saying, I didn't say that today or where we just spoke to this.
And it's just not right to make race a barrier.
God, I love what you said though. It's like,
Hearts, mind,
right, and your presence and your, and the intent, that's exactly the message I got out of what you said. But there's such a wisdom in the Native American traditions. Every time I'm exposed to something, I'm like, yes, I knew this. I knew it was wise. I didn't know what people have been nurturing this for so long. But that book, this summer, or not this summer, this spring, was just like, and that woman is the woman who wrote it. She's part of well, can I just clarify that one thing before I let you go? What do you call this? You have the not English word for this word. Oh, so you're right.
The second is one.
I have one. I got one for Kylie too, so I'll offer that she loves. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is so nice. I listened to the book, so I love this in print format. Okay, that's that word for say.
And I love that like the tone.
Oh, I'm from Boston, New York. So communities and all the names are like
Like gently tap them 3 times because they're sleeping. Sleeping, so I start singing to like tap them.
So you're quite.
So then you play it or sing slowly and then you pick up the pace and start singing.
The Iroquois was the title given by the so it's much better to say.
It's
a living
They said, who are you? Or is that
you know, I have to say, a little packet of these Tulsi rose honors like that.
What do you want to be called?
Not quite good, right? I appreciate
Yeah, the tea bags in there were pretty good.
Nice to meet you. Are you part of the
My mom told me that that's the traditional preparation. I'd never known, but she's part of this food club, and apparently there's an Indian woman food club, and you know, it's a traditional And she said that this woman even when I was telling them about how to grow it tulsi, and that traditionally you harvest the tulsi fresh, and you soak it in water the same way that we did the apple blossom, and then we break it down. Yeah, apparently not. I've only consumed it this way, but I'm like, oh my gosh, now that I've seen the tulsi plant, maybe I should just try the. I don't know why I didn't make that much preparation. I was just not thinking it. I've never had it before, so I didn't really until folks are ready to walk out and I'll still.
It's over the newsletter.
No, don't even worry about it. I'm so glad you thought so. We have to take vegetables all the time now.
But for charity,
I know that's not like and I think the golden bullet for all of these things is community. It's like community. I did say people don't see the whole movie.
okay.
Do you think you have you don't have to take it?
No, I would like to take a couple, but not all. How about if I just take 3?
Thanks a lot.
Really enjoyed it. You actually bought, because you seem like such an organic person. I think that you should, dry the herbs and maybe you guys are stable.
I'm like kind of a weirdo when it comes to plants. Like I love to grow all the medicinal plants, but I've studied how to make all the medicines, but I've not crossed the bridge. Like I'll buy the herbs from the store to make the medicine, and I'll grow that same herb at home, and I'll harvest it. But I've never made medicine with plants that I've harvested. Really, there's like I don't know, this weird like line there for me where I like, just don't trust medicine that I've grown and just and then make it. It's like something that I need to. Yeah, I'm still learning.
All this stuff, and it was like pictures, and I couldn't stop thinking about how I could get it. I can get it girl.
Then I get to take my kayak out into my bacon for Sundays.
Well, it's a blessing, really. And the other blessing,
MCR.
thank you, Dan.
Oh, thank you, Jeremy.
Bye, it was so nice meeting you too.
I think if I can feel,
I realized that I had
Bye. See you Sunday.
you know, I was a manager in Scranton. I was,
good at finding that.
but then when I'm stuck by myself, trying to get stuff done, I go thinking I can't get it. Probably not. But I'm gonna look into, that's why I've been looking into meditation. I've tried some different meditation. And I'm going to try next, EMDR is supposed to heal trauma. And I'm going to get this book. I'm going to get it from the library. They have that check book in there. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. Body Keeps the Score. And that's about these the traumas and things and the ways we can heal from it. Yeah, and one of the things that
May I recommend my grandmother's hands instead of The Body Keeps the Score? My grandmother's hands are Resma Menachem. He studied somatic experiencing as well, but The Body Keeps the Score, I just think that we've come a long way from that author who has perpetuated harms against bodies of culture in the past. and the rest of my money
I just
comes,
wanna read the book.
that's outside of
At
it.
the library. Yeah, I just wanna read the book, and I could read your book too. What's the book? I'll write it down. I'll read it first. Well, I may remember, but it's better if I write it down.